Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're an old subscriber, thank you for sticking around, and if you are new, please subscribe to my channel because you're going to be learning a lot from this channel. Now let's get right into this tutorial. First, I moisturize her face with Embryolisse, which it's not shown in the video because I couldn't find the clip, and then I'm using the Milk Hydro Grip Primer on her skin and going further to use the NARS Soft Matte Foundation and the Sephora foundation all over her skin. Now if you look closely, you see that her chest is another undertone and her arms are slightly another undertone, more of a neutral undertone, and her chest is more of the warm undertone. So I matched her face with her arms because I know that once I highlight and contour, it's going to blend well and represent all the tones and shades that I see on her skin. I use the Kevyn Aucoin concealer on the under eyes, and then I'm blending. After blending the under eyes perfectly, I'm going to be using my foundation brush to blend as well. Now I'm using a darker shade of foundation. I'm actually using a NARS foundation to contour her face, and then I'm just trying to blend and make sure that everything is looking really smooth. After blending my contour, I'm going to be using a liquid matte lip stain as my liquid blush. Now when using this type of lip stain as your blush, you need to work really fast because it dries down matte, and you don't want that. You want to be able to blend it really well. Now after blending my blush, I'm going in again with my foundation brush to blend and make sure everything is smooth. Now I'm using the Fenty Beauty powder underneath the eyes. Remember that before you set your under eyes, you need to make sure that you've blended it well to avoid any form of creasing. Now after applying the Fenty Beauty powder on the areas I need to set, that is the areas that I highlighted, I'm going in with the actual shade of powder all over the face. Now I'm going in with a darker shade of Fenty Beauty powder. This shade is in 460. I'm just using it as a bronzing powder to bronze her face. I'm also going to be using this same powder shade to contour her nose. Once I'm done contouring, I'm going to be using this blush from Beauty Bay as my blusher. If you're an OG on this channel, you know that I really love this blush. I've actually just purchased a new one. So guys, I love this blush, and this blush is actually very good. Now after blending the blush to my satisfaction, I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty setting powder to set the under eyes and the areas that needs to be set. My client has combination skin. She gets really oily around her T-zone areas, so I'm really going to be concentrating the setting powder around those areas that she gets really oily, which is the corner of her nose, the bridge of her nose, and even the brows needs to be set because some persons, they get really oily around their brows. I learned a new brow technique that I've been doing lately. So basically I am just using the Sample Beauty brow glue just to tame the brows at first, and then draw the outline, and then again just fill in the sparse hair, which I normally do. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm really grateful for clients that allow me to record them whilst we're having their makeup done. It's really a blessing because getting a model in this country is a hustle, and then the time again is also an hustle, but I'm just really grateful for clients like this. Now first of all, I'm going to be using her foundation shade to highlight the bridge of her brows, and then use a lighter shade of concealer for the rest part of her brows. You want to highlight that area so it stands out a little bit, so you can either use 1 or 2 shades lighter concealer around that area. Now I've highlighted the areas, I've blended. I'm also doing the same thing on the other side of the brows. Now we're on to eyeshadow, and I'm using my Kevyn Aucoin concealer. You can also use an eye base, which is highly recommended, but if you have a very good concealer, you can use the concealer Now I'm just blending. Make sure that you blend your concealer very well before you apply any form of eyeshadow. Because of the look we're going for, there's every possibility that there will be fallout. Now I'm just trying to place the setting powder, the translucent powder, underneath the eyes to catch the fallout. And then I'm using the ZK Cosmetic Tribe and Culture palette on the eyes. This is the only palette I use for this eye look. I'm starting with a light shade of pink as a transitioning color. Then I'm going in with a burgundy shade just to create depth on the eyes. And then I'll be going in again with a darker shade also to create even more depth for my cut crease. You want to actually start very small and build as you go. Don't just go right in. That's something that has to do with makeup. Whatever step you're doing, either brows, foundation, eyeshadow, you have to start small and build up. Don't just go right in. That's the mistake most people make. Now I'm using my Kevin Akwan concealer to cut my crease. I'm going to tell her to open her eyes so that I can know where to cut the crease. So if you have hooded eyes or whatever eye shape you have, if you want to cut your crease, you have to cut your crease a little bit above your actual crease so that the eyeshadow or the cut crease can stand out. Now some persons, after they have blended their eyeshadow, they clean the part where they will want to cut the crease before they apply the concealer. But I don't do mine that way because I do not apply too much product around that area. I don't know if you understand what I mean. Now I'm going in with the very first pink eyeshadow I used. Immediately I arrived her house for my makeup appointment, she just showed me this look I created before, and she was like, oh, this is what she wants. And I'm so happy that I get to meet clients that know exactly what they want. I actually like the fact that people tell me, oh, do this particular thing. It gives me a concise direction of the look we are going for. Now every makeup artist was nightmare, so she was staring, so we had to take it slow. And yeah, I had to do the other side of the eyes. Well, I did exactly the same thing I did for the first eye, and to the other side I actually had to stop halfway, and then now I'm completing the other side. I'm just using the darker shade eyeshadow to create more depth at the outer V, and you want to really start small and blend very, very well. This process is a long process. It's not something that you have to even rush. And this goes to makeup artists. Once your clients are tearing up, just relax. I know that it's crazy and so many things are running through your head, but just relax. Now I'm dusting off the excess powder we applied before, and then I'm cutting and shaping the eyes. I love this process a lot. I feel like it's one of my favorite processes when doing makeup because it lifts up the face, like it changes how the face looks entirely. It elongates the face, gives that face a more feline kind of look. Now I'm just cleaning up that area, and then I'm going to be using the setting powder also to sharpen that area and make it look really smooth. Now I'm down to lips, and then I'm using a matte brown lip stain. I actually like a matte lip stain for lining because it lasts longer compared to lip liners. And then I'm using the AG Bloom lipstick here. This is a matte lipstick and it's very good. I'm using it for the lips, and then I'm using their lip gloss on the lips as well, and finishing up with a clear gloss from Sephora. Working alongside an hairstylist can be a little bit tedious, so we had to take little breaks in between makeup. Now I'm using the blush again, just trying to shape in and re-emphasize my blush, my contour, my bronzer and everything. And then I'm using the Skinny Divia spray all over the face to set the face. And then I'm using the Dior highlighter on her face. I'm actually going for a really healthy glow. So I'm using the shade that is exactly a skin tone shade, so that there's glow there but it's not prominent, it's not too much. I'm just going back in at the under eyes, trying to make sure everything is clean, blending and matching, blend and blend and blend. See, makeup is all about blending. I'm going to be finishing up this entire look with Melanin Mills Lit Spray and the So Pro Spray. We're in summer in Dubai and you need all the sprays or whatever that can hold your makeup in place, and these two sprays actually do the job. You can also include Cryolan, which also does the job. I'm also finishing the eye look with the Sephora mascara and blending again. You really want to step back and look at your work, and if there's anywhere you need to blend. I'm letting Kenny finish up his work on the hair, and I'm going back in with my brow glue and just doing my thing. And this is the look, guys. I hope you learned something. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like, comment, share this video. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.